as the holiday season rolls in, it can be a challenge to keep everyone healthy. Not only is it peak cold and flu season, but we're stressed, right? We're busy, it's cold, we're exposed to a lot of germs, but you can still keep your family feeling their best. Today, we're leaning on our favorite pharmacist for advice to stay as healthy as possible. Listen, he might need a haircut, but he's credible. He's good for it. Phil Cowley, known as Phil's My Pharmacist Online, is joining me to share supplements and other over-the-counters to keep sickness away. You good?
I'm good. I just have a good excuse to wear a wig. I'm going to do it anytime I possibly can. So
just for funsies?
Yeah, don't you love it when one kid brings home a cold?
Okay. Or a wig?
Or a wig.
Okay.
They bring home one cold, the little kid gives it to the bigger one, and like cycles through the family for the rest of forever.
Yes,
and that's a thing that drives parents nuts.
Right.
The last thing you need is to have a cold in the house, right?
Right.
So we're going to look at a few ways for us to help take care of any of those cold and flu symptoms before they even hit the first child.
Okay, I don't want to step on the rug
That's okay.
here, but let's start with something you want us to use to kill viruses.
Okay, so there's some really cool stuff out there called Hibiclens. Hibiclens, they use it before they do surgeries. They do it when they do hand washing.
I've never heard of this.
So Hibiclens is chlorhexidine.
Okay.
It comes in a 4% wash, but it's super drying to the skin.
Uh-huh.
So what we want to do is we want to make it better and have something your kids will use so their hands won't get dry. You know that hand washing you get to?
Yeah.
So you go grab your favorite lotion, whichever one you like.
That's
you want to take about 25% out.
And we're mixing?
Yeah, we're just going to mix that. I need to save that one for later. Then what you want to do is add that 25% that you took out in Hibiclens. I'll take it from a 4% to a 1%.
Oh, and you mix it.
You mix them together.
So you get the sterilizing agent, but you get it in a more moisturizing fashion.
Yeah, you don't need the full 4% for it to help with the viruses, the cold, whatever your kids are coming in, and your kids will use the lotion, which means that your hands themselves get a whole lot better, softer, all that stuff.
Can this really knock out the serious stuff?
It can. At a 1%, it does a good job. There's a mouthwash that's actually a 0.1% that does a really good job to do it. So we're still keeping it substantially above that.
Okay.
It mixes right into that, makes this nice little pink color. Pump that on their hands.
Look at you.
And now each time you put it on, you get the lotion, plus you get everything to kill everything with the germs.
Good by germs. Okay, up next, a remedy to keep viruses out.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about noses. So when somebody coughs or sneezes, Noses.
Let's do it, yeah.
We're bringing it right down that nose every single time we do. And it comes through the nose and the mouth. So if we can help create a barrier inside the nose, inside that mucosa, we get to reduce the number of colds and flus that we have. There's a study that was actually done just recently out of Harvard where they looked at it.
Okay.
So what you do is you take whatever favorite nose spray you have. A lot of people have just a saline nasal spray at home. Other people have a steroid nasal spray. And what you want to do is you want to add this stuff. It's called Ponaris.
Okay.
Ponaris has got a little teeny bit of potassium iodine, which helps loosen up all that phlegm.
Okay.
And then it has essential oils like eucalyptus, peppermint oil, and things like that. What that does is it helps keep, so you take 1 milliliter, which is about a quarter of a teaspoon, and you add it to any of your favorite nasal sprays that you have out there.
And then just use them as you normally would?
Just do 3 or 4 times a day. Now what you've done is you've added a moisturizing unit. So with that moisture in your nose, the barrier between that virus and the inside of you gets bigger because it's all perfectly healthy. We all know that right now our noses get dry, and when they get dry, they get cracked. And when they get cracked, we end up getting a lot more stuff in. That cracks just lets everything flow through. So you just take about a quarter of a teaspoon and you just pour it right in there. And then you use 2 or 3 sprays a couple times a day.
It's so funny because as you describe it, you smart man, it makes so much sense. But yeah, to know how to do it is kind of the entry point.
You do that here, you shake it up, boom, and it takes care of it for you.
All right, let's talk about cold medicine. There's been some developments recently that have a lot of people concerned.
Yeah, so they're moving out we had something for congestion over the counter. It was called phenylephrine. Last year it was proven by the FDA that it doesn't do anything at all. And so they just announced that they're going to start removing products from the shelf, which makes everybody really nervous because we know what happens when there's nothing to be found.
Right, and you have your favorite in it.
So everybody has their favorite, but there are ways around this because you don't really need the phenylephrine, so we know it doesn't work. So let's talk about this guy here. Lots of people have seen, oh look, I didn't take the sticker off. We have this stuff right here. NyQuil, everybody's heard about it. Well, inside here is that decongestant that doesn't work. And then it has Benadryl in it. That is the active ingredient. So you could replace NyQuil with a little Dramamine, and you're going to get about the same effect. There's not a lot of difference where it goes for cold and flu. Dayquil is one of my favorite because Dayquil has Tylenol in it, the decongestant that doesn't work, and then it has just a little bit of Delsum in it. So really you could take Delsum and Tylenol. and you'd be fine.
And it would be the similar combination.
It'll work exactly the same. My favorite for my kids has always been the purple stuff, the Dimetap.
Yeah.
That's been my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, Dimetap has just a little bit of an antihistamine called bromopheramine in it. The good news is there are tablets that are clomipheramine that's like the cousin to, that are super easy to use, and even with little kids, you can cut the dose in half and use it.
So the message being, don't panic if your favorite product leaves the shelf. You can talk to a pharmacist, you can understand the makeup.
And look on the back and just realize that their active ingredients is not what you're always advertising.
All right.
There's something else that works in there. They'll say it's Dayquil, I need Dayquil, and you'll come back like, hey, that's just Benadryl. It's so easy.
We're so glad we have you as a friend, and people can connect with you how?
I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. If you find Phil's My Pharmacist, we find us just about everywhere. So come check us out. We have lots of this good advice out there.
He's a popular guy for good reason. That good advice is coming all season long, so we'll be hanging on your every word. Thank you so much. Phil's My Pharmacist online.